The Cowboys, take a seat, Eagles. We know how it feels because we got absolutely crushed by them as well too. It's like, damn. It's like everybody went to go beat up San Francisco, and everybody came back home with black eyes and bloody noses. You know what I mean? So now we're sitting at the point now where how you like me now, San Francisco sitting there with their arms folded, talking about, hey, you're gonna have to see me. And the Cowboys are like, we kind of don't care because we know where our eyes are truly at. That's winning the division right now. You know what I mean? And this could be critical right here because I actually see the Cowboys ascending and I see the Eagles actually regressing. That's the thing because their coach is a robot. Sirianni, you put Sirianni as the coach in where D'Amico's at right now in Houston. They don't get the same results. Put him in Arizona where his old coordinator's at. They don't get the same results. This team is built by the GM. This team is a lot like a lot of those great Washington Redskin teams from the past in the 80s. They were built up. It didn't really matter who played quarterback, didn't really matter who played here and there because you got the right type of trenches. You got the best front seven in football when they really are going, and you got the best offensive line in football when they really got it going as well too. Strong, physical, and fast and smart. And you know what? Right now, a lot of guys are showing their wear and tear on this Eagles team. And you know what? The Cowboys are getting a lot more healthier. And I feel like the Eagles are kind of falling apart as a group as well with the chemistry because last week was a very significant sign of that. And once again, they weren't able to figure it out after giving up over 400 yards in a game. Nobody's saying this though, Jeff. You know what I mean? This team gives up almost 400 yards a week. They have had teams absolutely carve them up in games. They've had some way more closer games than they had last year. They absolutely crushed teams last season. This year, they're just kind of just ordinary. They're just kind of getting by. And I feel like right now, Dak Prescott's playing the best football of his life right now. You got a multifaceted running game, and you know what? You got the second best receiver in football in CD Lamb. And then you got the best seam route runner as well in Brandon Cooks. Nobody talking about the what Brandon Cooks has done for this team. And then you got three very serviceable tight ends. So the Cowboys got a lot of things moving in the right direction. This wasn't hard for me, Jeff. I'm taking the Cowboys at Jerry's World minus 175. They're going to absolutely wreck the Eagles here.
The writing was on the wall the last couple of weeks. I've talked about this on my shows. I've talked it about to you. The fact that we go back 3 weeks ago and the Eagles find a way to win in Kansas City, come back home and late heroics and win an overtime game against Philly. Well, in comes the 49ers, just mauled them, and now they travel to Dallas. And what's going to be great about this is I'm under the assumption that the Niners are going to win this week. I'm under the assumption that the Cowboys are going to win this week. And you know what? That sets three teams, San Fran, Dallas, and Philly now, all with 3 losses. And if the Lions happen to win in Chicago, that will be 4 teams with 3 losses. And of course, San Fran would be the number 1 seed, with Dallas with the inside nod, maybe for the 2 seed, and of course with the opportunity to win the division. You talked about it. I'm glad you nailed it. The emergence of Brandon Cooks. Now, it seems like Dallas has played at home for the last 6 weeks, but their last 4 games at home, they're averaging almost 40 points a game at home. This Philly D is not putting pressure on the quarterback. They're a sieve right now. Dallas is going to score early and often. I didn't use the spread either. I know it's a big number. I, too, took the Cowboys minus the 175. I will say on record here as well, my true number was 51 with a 3. Dallas will get to 30, 31. They might even get to 33. Give me 30. I'll go on record right now. How about this one, Pops? 33-23 Cowboys.
Oh, so we sending messages. Good. We sending messages, And real quick, just give me a 30-second answer. Do you think if they lose, if they say maybe go 1-4 here on this final stint here of the season. Do you think they start thinking about maybe firing Serrani?
No, they can't for the fact that they started 10-1. They were the NFC champs last year. They got to the Super Bowl, and you will also hear this, whether it's a first round bow out, whether it's a second round bow out, or whenever. Jalen Hurts is playing hurt. There's something wrong. Just his whole demeanor. His whole facial expression, something is going on there. And here's another thing: the lack of touches by Mr. Swift. You got a guy that not only can run the ball, which you're supposed to be great at, is running the ball. He's great out of the backfield catching the ball. And it's A.J. Brown. It's A.J. Brown. It's A.J. Brown. With Devontae Smith had a good game last week. But the fact is, Philly's at its best when they play keep away. 10, 15 play drives for touchdowns. Get Swift more acclimated, and I think that's where Philly will start on Sunday as well.
All right, sounds good, brother. Sounds good. All right, let's head on to Monday Night Football, and we can be fast here. You know what? Everybody's going to be so in love with Miami here. Miami's the number one Circus Survivor team this week. They're going to have a lot of things going